Hola. Hello everybody, good morning. It is June 27 and Tuesday, June 27, and welcome to my channel this morning with my morning talk. I am going to talk about being on automatic pilot because it is one of the things that over my years, being 51, that I have realized that being on automatic pilot has been a habitual way of dealing with life, and not even realizing that I or we do those things. And I know that a lot of people do that and live on automatic pilot because I have been around it and I have seen it and I have done it myself. And what is that actually? Well, I think that we are creatures of habit, and that we like to do the things that we're familiar with. And this is like our daily routine. We go to we eat the same things, we go to the same restaurants, we meet the same people, we go to the same types of performances, we go to preferences and things that we like. And there's nothing wrong with those kind of things, I think, just that they become routine and that we get so familiar with it and we stay in this kind of cycle, I assume. So with most people, but with me, being on automatic pilot, I used to be that way because perhaps I think that my upbringing, of course your upbringing and your conditioning and all of the beginning of your life is something that perpetuates habitual acts that you do, and that you become, you've learned ways to cope, and you become on automatic pilot, meaning that you respond instantaneously to things, or to situations or people or things like that. You just respond, and some of our emotions are part of that, and which is like anger or making things look bigger, making yourself look bigger, to be able to get the attention of the other or something. But being on automatic pilot has not been a very good thing for me. When I realized that I respond automatically to something and to a situation, and I regret it later. So if I say something to somebody out of spite, or if I feel insecure, which happens when the thoughts arise, like they do, and when they arise and they in a flash can start to define me. And when I feel insecure, or I feel insecure, then I respond in a way where it's a flight or fight response, and so I respond automatically, and I can maybe bite. I have this bite. I could have, this is something that I used to have before, and that I became aware of because I didn't like the result of that. And you know, most of us are living on automatic pilot. You can see that daily in your daily activities. You can watch people respond to situations with anger or stressy situations and things like that, because we get overwhelmed by these feelings, and these feelings arise and they're coming from our past. And so how to express that more so, it's really like something that I feel that is important for me to realize for the development of my person, and not to respond automatically. So I step back and I try to make an implied decision. Will this benefit me in the long run, or will this benefit others? And will it encourage others? Will it support others? Yes. And you know by now that I'm it's about giving and sharing with others, and not making them feel unworthy or things like that. And words are very powerful, and they can affect us, and they can, obviously that's how maybe perhaps we become an automatic pilot, and we feel like we're on this, we are on this defense mode a lot, because yeah, that's how we get our things, and that's how we protect ourselves, and we need to protect ourselves from the world and from being yeah, when we're scared, and I know we all feel that at times, especially when we do new things. And that's the whole thing about also automatic pilot, is that when we do new things, it's kind of scary. So we don't like those. We are creatures of habit, and I realize that we like to do things that we're familiar with, and I'm guilty of it too. And it's because it's more comfortable, and it's more more safe, and you know that. Well, it's like subconsciously or consciously, it's more safe, and so you don't have to step out that. And so like attracts like, and so the more angry you are, the more anger you invite into your life, and that's your own feelings. And you know, at the end of the day, before you go to bed, you're left with these feelings of the day. And is it stressy, or do you feel like it didn't go your way, or all of these experiences that you have during the day? So I just want to, just say that, you know, like, I think it could be a better world and a better place if we would just step back and make an implied decision in that split second, and not be automatically responding to something. And you know, it's a lot of work, and I think it is a lot of work that we have to do with ourselves, because it's being on automatic pilot, we can actually not have to do anything, and it's less work. And but unfortunately, the stress piles on top of more stress, and more insecurity, and that's my point of view about that. But stepping back and making a more implied decision, a more healthy decision, I think is much more valuable than being on automatic pilot for me. And I've realized that because, you know, for instance, if I made a work and I choreographed a work, or I taught in a school or something, and I'm feeling vulnerable because I did something new and I stepped out my comfort zone. And stepping out of your comfort zone is certainly can bring this automatic pilot responding to things, because you feel vulnerable, and vulnerability is a strength. And I think that's a very good subject to talk about, vulnerability. And so if I make a piece, I can get very insecure, and it can arise. My feelings can arise, and so therefore I want to run away from situations. I want to deal with them because it's something new, and I feel judged. And so I could be defensive. I could get arrogant, and that could be automatic, just to be able to protect myself. But in those moments, for me, is opportunity to step back again and make an implied decision about how I respond to something, and more of a healthy way for myself. How will I respond to that? And can I change that in a moment for my benefit, for my health, my benefit, and how I want to choose to live my life in a more healthy way and less stressful way. So it's extremely beneficial to recognize being on automatic pilot, and changing that, and changing the way you think about that. When you change the way you think about things, things change. And as I've been living this for a long time, a lot of wonderful things have come from this for my benefit, and also when you benefit yourself, you benefit others. So it's a selfish act in a way, but a very, very healthy selfish act. And that's important that we think about that. I think, you know, it's just, I really certainly do. And I recognize when people are not on automatic pilot and they make more of a decision to respond in a more kind way and respectful way to each other. And, you know, yes, you know, I don't know if we ever get it done, because it happens, things arise from my past, but you know, it certainly is not the past, because this moment has never happened. And so every time you do it, every time, it's like a muscle. Every time you step back and look at your situation and what is happening at the moment, you can not make the same perhaps mistake that you have done before, and that you spew your venom out and you make people around you feel very insecure because you're feeling insecure, and or that your ego is not so inflated that you're like, your shit don't stink or something like that. And you know, like, we know that, like, yeah, I don't like that at all. Like, for me, living in the ego and being arrogant is something automatic that people have created to protect themselves. That's what I think about that. And so being on automatic pilot can promote those kind of personalities, I think. Yeah. So, anyhow, so I'm so glad that you're here with me this morning again, and I'm always grateful, because gratitude is in my, not in my automatic system. No, it is there because I'm so grateful that I can share with you and you're here with me, as I say all the time. And I love you all, and thank you so much for listening today, and I hope you enjoyed the topic. If you're here for the first time, hit like. Well, sorry. This is not edited, so it feels very, what do I say, and all this. At the end of the day, I'm so glad that you're here. Hit like and comment if you're here for the first time, and subscribe to my channel for more of this. I'm just a regular schmo, like, just talking about life and life in general and my reaction to it and stuff like that. And I think it's beneficial, and my cats think it's beneficial, because when I pet them, I'm not on automatic pilot. All right, everybody, big kiss and much love, and have a great day, and I will be seeing you tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching. All right, bye-bye. Mwah.